Lovely. And we are in. I think I'm in borderless. Let me quickly check. Yep, I am. Lovely.
So as you can see, we get these beautiful little flashy icons whenever the team is buying. I think the whole of purple team. Who are the purple team? Sorry, I apologise for
Team
not knowing.
exGBT, as it says in the top. And
that is the one. Team exGBT have picked up 4 pairs of boots amongst them. Nunu picking up 1 vision ward, 4 sight wards, and 2 potions. So he is gone for a very odd starting build. Most people expect that fiery charm, as we can see, Soraka's got there. So a very interesting start. All 4 of them picking up boots and going for a very defensive setup here, as we can see, neatly spread all the way across the middle of the map. So
they're guarding every entrance.
Not really expecting any sort of invade here.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to this new build. Wards win wars, as I like to say, and you know, the more wars you have, hopefully the more wars you win. So a strong follower of the philosophy, and Nocturne's going to start Wraiths, and I believe Alistair is probably going to want to start at blue. He doesn't have to, he can get Wraiths very easily with his Pulverize, which he has leveled up as his first move in the jungle. And that combined with his passive, where I believe it's 10%, oh it's 10 damage plus some ability power to all enemies around it.
So Soraka throwing out a CV there has bumped into Nunu. Nunu not really too worried at the moment, as there's only seems to be the presence of Soraka. It looks like he might try and ward in the jungle so they can get a quick glimpse of Nocturne if he decides to come across. Be interesting to see what he does to start with, as the ward does go down there from Soraka. And Nunu would have seen that, so he knows exactly where it is. And now he goes forward to drop his ward down.
Yeah.
So both teams pretty much looking for the defense against the jungles coming across, especially in that middle part of the lane and towards bottom. So good starting wards from both teams there.
A nice invade coming in from Team XUT. They're going to start on the blue, and Alistair does need blue to jungle, and so he's going to take the blue from Nocturne. They are aware of it. Warwick did walk past them, I believe.
Oh, it does look like Golem has a reset there, very unfortunately for Alistair, so now he could find himself in a little bit of trouble. Nocturne is coming across at the moment, and it doesn't look like Alistair's going to be able to pick this up. He has already burned his smite as well, so now he's not going to be able to take it. Now the ignite goes down from Cassiopeia. If Nocturne came straight in here, he maybe could have got something going, but he's not decided to do so yet. And it looks like this blue is just about going to go
it
down.
looks like Nocturne coming in.
Straight Alistair is just about going to see him, but now he's just too far away. He does have a pair. Does only have cloth armor, so he's not going to be able to keep with this Alistair. Udyr and Warwick both coming down. Could be a bit of a fight going on at top lane here. Warwick taking a lot of damage. Maluna trying to get in there with Nocturne, but he's not going to get there quickly enough. So if he had gone straight in onto that golem, he could have picked up first blood on Alistair there.
It would have been quite a hard first blood. Alistair did have boots and flash, but he could have definitely gone to burn his flash and definitely done a lot of damage.
And very unlucky there for Alistair that the golems somehow reset. Don't really see that very often. And it does look like they're going to bump into each other into the jungle this time, as Nocturne finds Alistair in the jungle, does net a few auto attacks off, steals the big wraith nicely, and then decides to back off just in case. But some really good invading early on here from Nocturne.
He definitely wants to punish Alistair for that. Top lane at the moment, Warwick's living up his Q first. He got Blood Sense, sorry, at level 2, which is quite interesting. And Udyr has got level 3, he's got 1 rank in every single move apart from Phoenix. And I'm sure he'll get Phoenix at level 4. Bottom lane at the moment, being quite passive, farming. They need to be careful of the bottom lane, especially Misfortune and Nunu. They are pushing the lane, they are leaving themselves more open to a gank, but they do know that Nocturne is going to be quite slow in the jungle at the moment, thanks to Alistair's very cheeky invade.
Not sure how much slower Nocturne is going to be. Obviously, with the reset of Golem, really didn't help Alistair that much at all. He's barely level 2 as Nocturne is ahead of him, and level 3 as well. So Nocturne definitely ahead, as Udyr and Warwick trading blows up in top lane.
Yeah. It's quite interesting though that Galio popped his teleport. He went back to base and he popped his teleport straight back into lane. He really doesn't want to lose any farm against Cassiopeia, because once you're behind, it's very hard to stay in front. He didn't have enough gold to buy his Chalice of Harmony yet, so I think he miscalculated it. He had about half health still. He could have stayed in lane a little bit longer, but I guess he just wanted to go back, top up, and maybe buy a few health. Maybe buy a health potion or something. As
it looks like Udyr is specking towards Tiger Stance up in this top lane, looking to do a fair bit of damage in top. Not sure if that's going to be the best, as it is magic damage. Obviously, Udyr will be building towards quite a high magic resist early on in this game, so I'm not sure if Udyr is going to be going completely the right way here, or was a great pick for top lane, but we'll see how this turns out.
Excellent warding by Team exGBT, by the way, in the Tribush. They were able to see Nocturne coming, but that ward has come out of duration, has run out. So Nunu, with his bonus wards, is going to go and reward it. So good ward placement means they weren't going to be ganked. So that's good to see. And now they get a vision ward down in Tribush, and they're going to get a little bit of gold off of it. So good placement.
Yeah, Nunu picking up that 25G from the picking up of the ward there. Not sure how.
Alistair's coming into mid lane. Galio needs to run away here. I think he's going to be okay. Galio is a fast person. Oh, he's going to come back in. He's going to get knocked up by Alistair. And Cassiopeia is going to pummel him down. Cassiopeia is out of mana, so he doesn't need to be careful. Alistair taking so much damage from Nocturne here. He forced to flash away. He does not get fear. He does get away, but that was a very punishing interaction there for Team exGBT.
Yeah, quite a clever sort of bait there from Galio, coming back out of safety, asking Alistair to jump in onto him, and then have Nocturne come in, and they could have quite easily picked up a kill. Obviously the flash from Alistair kept him alive in the end, but quite interesting play there from Galio. Obviously good communication, as Warwick is deciding to push this lane quite hard up in top lane.
Yeah, he's done quite well against Udyr. Udyr, even with his turtle stance, which he should try to level up as much as possible because of the damage and sustain it gives, is just Warwick can constantly use his Q. He's leveled that up. The Hungering Strike is now rank 3, and he's going to be level 6 very soon. So Warwick's going to go back maybe and buy probably armor. So maybe a Glacial Shroud, because that gives mana as well and cooldown reduction. Or
yeah, it is interesting that he's taking Tiger Stance. Obviously, top lane Udyr, you do kind of expect it.
Yeah.
Not sure how strong it is as a pick against Warwick. The magic damage is a dot over time, and Warwick is quite happy to deal with that. If you want to get a Warwick down, you've got to do a lot of damage in a short period of time.
Definitely. And
it looks like Warwick is more than happy to trade blows up in this top lane.
Not much activity going on at the bottom lane at the moment. They're just trying to farm. If you look at the farm so far, Cookie's on 47 and Misfortune 46, so very evenly farmed at the moment. No kills either way. There's no kills in the game at all at the moment, and Absolute Legends are only ahead by 300 gold. So the game is very, very even at the moment. And so we're just waiting for the first interaction. Definitely,
only 7 minutes gone. There could have been an early first blood on Alistair if Nocturne had. Well, if Nocturne could have predicted that Golem would have reset, obviously that's somewhat impossible to do, so it was never really going to be, but it could have happened. They were only, well, yards apart, and there could have been a kill.
Yeah.
Warwick does seem to be farming ever so slightly better than Udyr in this top lane, who is going to be going for a reset. He's gone to have a quick look at Golem, has warded it as well, so they know where Golem's up. Quite a clever ward there from Udyr. See how much Team exGBT decide to play on that, and if they go for a gank on Golem.
Definitely, they did get Golem, so they did know when it was going to reset, and that ward there means that they know when the enemy team's going to go for it, and they could probably pick up either a cheeky Golem still, which is what hopefully Cassiopeia is going to want to do, as Nocturne moves in to start on it and is going to try and give it to Galio. So they need to react to this. Team GBT needs to react to get this Golem.
And yeah, as we can see, Udyr, Alistair and Cassiopeia are all starting to converge onto this Golem. Need to be a little bit careful. Galio is aware of the problem though, and it has come in towards Cassiopeia. Udyr has come all the way down here. It's probably going to get in a fight. Looks like everyone's going to back away in the end. Alistair now coming down, so there's going to be 3 of them around in this fight. Nocturne getting a fear down onto it. The ultimate from Warwick holding him in place. Now the ignite is dropped onto Udyr, then onto Warwick. Warwick could be in a little bit of trouble here. The fight is still going on. Udyr flashes over the wall, followed there by Nocturne, dealing a lot of damage to him. Not sure if he's going to pick up before he gets dropped by Cassiopeia, as the ulti comes in from Galio. Not quite managing to save Nocturne's life, and now Galio is going to drop to Cassiopeia. Probably not how Absolute Legends had seen that go. Misfortune has come up as well. It does look like they're going to steal this Golem, but they do need to be a little bit careful, as Corky is going to be coming in here. Could be dealing a lot of damage. Valkyrie's over the top, manages to pick up the Golem. Great comeback still there from Corky, but not a great team fight there for Absolute Legends, and they find themselves a little bit behind in the gold now after losing those 2 kills.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Udyr was very lucky to escape there. Against Nocturne, he got away with about 5% health, and that's ward essentially from Udyr really got them 2 kills. They didn't get Golem in the end, but those 2 kills were more than enough to make up for it. And the fact that Golem went to Corky, who's, it's not ideal to go to Corky, but it's better than letting him go to exGBT. So
yeah, like you said, Udyr got away just in the nick of time, timed it absolutely perfectly with his escape. Absolute Legends a little bit annoyed there that they would have lost that Golem, but obviously Corky had to take it in the end. So Galio is going to be Golemless now in this middle lane. It'll be interesting to see how he fares when Cassiopeia gets her Golem.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if it going to Corki is a good result for Team exGBT. It essentially is wasting their golem. So it is good. It's not optimal, but it is good. So
yeah, they definitely they've made well. It was a good steal from Corki. He will be very strong down that bottom lane though. With Golem buff, will have a lot of harass in that bottom lane, and I'm sure he'll put it to good use. As Nunu has put down a pink ward outside Dragon, so maybe exGBT looking to go in for this ward at the moment. Definitely. For the Dragon at the moment.
Yeah. For the Dragon. We're coming to 10 minutes into the game. Dragon is a very tempting target. Corki is currently pushing the lane up, which allows him to go to Dragon quite nicely. But they do have no ward coverage. Soraka has no wards in her bag, which means they're going to have to rely on just face checking the area.
Definitely, but if Corki and Soraka are still hard pushing this bottom lane, it doesn't leave much gap for the purple team to come in here and try and pick it up. So pretty much it's kind of a it's a weird one, but because they're so pushed forward, they're going to know when Misfortune and Nunu have disappeared. So I don't think they're going to be able to get a cheeky Dragon here. As Anguish coming in for a little bit of a counter farm. Alistair does flash. Cassiopeia now coming in from the side. Udy's going to take a lot of damage. Does ulti onto Cassiopeia, but gets knocked up. Nocturne's going to jump in. Here comes Galio as well, but he gets ultied by Cassiopeia. It's cold in place. Ooh, Cassiopeia taking a lot of damage from Nocturne. Looks like she might just get away and underneath the tower, and she does. As Udyr comes in down from now, is going to find Maluno in the jungle still, trying to get away. Nocturne taking a lot of damage. Alistair flashing in, knocking him up. Does look like Nocturne is going to drop here in the end, and he does indeed drop to Udyr, so not a great start. As Misfortune has now come up, Galio finding himself in all kind of trouble as Nunu's up as well, and Galio is going to drop in the end. Not quite doing enough with his ulti to pick up the kill on Cassiopeia, and now Team exGBT are going to go straight in for that Dragon.
Yeah, that was all as a result of Anguish trying to counter jungle. Even that sort of failed because Alistair used his smite on the blue Wraith to even get that away from him. So all that was as a result of bad positioning from Warwick there, and that probably was not the best thing they could have done. As Corki's just having a little look around, as Udyr is going to quite easily pick up this Dragon. And there it goes, that's
if
the first Dragon.
You can change your thing from gold to items.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot.
That's right. So yeah, Team exGBT picking up the. That is right, exGBT.
Yeah, exGBT.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't know why I questioned it. Do pick up the first Dragon there. A lot of gold for them, and they find themselves 4 kills up, a Dragon up. Cassiopeia picking up that Golem as well, and now they find themselves 2,000 gold up as well. So they are going to be starting to pull ahead in this game. Absolute Legends need to tighten it up a little bit. They've given away a few easy kills, a few cheap kills at the moment. I'm sure they're not very happy with themselves, but there is plenty more to go in this game, and I know they can pull this one back if they wanted to.
It's quite interesting to know that Udyr still has no Phoenix stance at level 8. It's obviously, it depends what you're going to be doing. Jungle Udyr is essential, whereas lane Udyr is not so much. But I don't know, it's just another move to spam during a fight, a team fight, and it does AoE damage. It may. I'm not really a lane Udyr sort of person, but I'm sure maybe one rank in it would be quite useful.
Well, he wants the damage. He wants the damage from Tiger Stance, so he's maxed that first. Now he's going straight into Turtle, as he wants to have this. Sustain as well. Obviously, against the lane wick, you need the sustain as well, not just the damage. And he's definitely got that now. Kills he's picked up already. Real's Lantern he finds in his bag at the moment. He is going to be very strong, very sustainable in that top lane, and Warwick could start to struggle.
Some very aggressive warding from Nunu here. As you can see, it's in this bush over here. That's a very, very interesting place to put a ward. They are able to see Nocturne go for double golems, but there's really nothing they can do about it. So I think it's primarily there to stop ninja ganks from Nocturne, because he is a very dangerous person. All he has to do is stand near the blue team's tower and he can instantly ulti into any fight, jungling one.
At the moment, does indeed flash away. Alistair looks like he might go in for the tower dive, but decides against doing it. Udyr doing a lot of damage there, and like I said, with that Real's Lantern and the upgrade of his turtle stance, he's looking very strong in that top lane.
As Alistair is going to try and come for a back behind tower dive. Nocturne is aware of this. Udyr does have an Oracle. There are no waters, but he did see Nocturne. Alistair with an Oracle is very dangerous. He's going to be quite hard to kill to get rid of that Oracle. So it's a good time to get it, I believe.
Yeah, it seems pretty much looks like exGBT are fully aware of the fact that Golem has just come back up here. Cassiopeia was slithering her way over, but does look like she's backed off now, and Galio is going to pick it up. So now it's going to be double Golems for the two middle casters.
Yeah.
And it's definitely going to be a nice competition to watch there.
It was very good play from Nocturne there, bringing the Golem into the bush, which essentially made Alistair believe that it was already taken. So that was very good play from Nocturne, bringing the Golems into the bush.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was strong play there. As we can see, the farm stand development lane, Corky having the best of it at the moment and finds himself about 20 CS in front. So yeah, Corky probably with that Golem that he managed to pick up quite early on with the still back, found it quite easy to push Misfortune off minions, and obviously got the farm to go with it. As Alistair finds himself running down into this tri-bush, could have maybe gone straight in there, is going to get CV'd now by Soraka, and I always say that. And now he backs away, so this game very much open and it could still go either way.
A lot of aggression in bottom lane at the moment. Corky is exhausted. They're going to try and get Nocturne ultimates in. Nunu uses his ultimate, not unsuccessfully, and Galio teleports in to make sure that Misfortune goes down. And there's going to be 2 kills for Absolute Legends for no deaths. So very great teleport from Galio there, and great ultimate from Nocturne, securing those kills as they go and get this tower down. So that'll be the first tower in the game.
Looks like Galio could be in a little trouble if he bounces into Cassiopeia here. She does drop her ult, now dealing a lot of damage. Lunu picks up the turret in the meantime. Galio taking a lot of damage. Looks like he's just about going to get away. Does flash, gets the ulti heal there from Soraka. Now Cassiopeia's in a lot of trouble. Bumps into Nocturne and Corky in that tri-bush. Does take a lot of damage. Needs one more hit to be going in for the kill, and it does go to Nocturne. Corky flashing in, wasn't sure if Nocturne was going to get the auto attack away. And all of a sudden, Absolute Legends find themselves ahead on gold. Still behind in kills, but ahead on gold. So
that's pretty much thanks to the
definitely,
tower. Yeah, they just got.
Yeah, that turret they picked up. But the 3 kill was massive for them down in that bottom lane.
Yeah. And that was all at once, pretty much, so they lost no one, I believe. Galio was great to escape, but Galio is very hard to kill if you're up against the mage. He is building magic resistance. He currently has 175 magic resistance on him, so Cassiopeia is going to have a hard time killing him, even on the best of times. So that's a good first turret to Absolute Legends. Dragon will be spawning within about 3 minutes, and nice gold advantage. By only about... gold advantage is to... exGBT at the moment, but it's essentially negligible. So both teams are back in the running, as exGBT had a great start with 2 kills to 0, but now Absolute Legends have crawled it back. As Alistair is just being a bit cheeky, he smites the big golem, he gets all the gold for it. Good use of smite there, denying Corky 50 gold. As Udo is pushing top lane at the moment, he's going to get down to about a third. He may try and get the tower down all he can. Warwick can't stop him, and yep, he's going to go straight for that tower. He's going to get it down and essentially try and get a bit of gold for his team. Warwick is no threat to him at the moment because he can just turn bear and turtle. And looks like Udo is going to try and kill Warwick. Both ignites go off. Warwick ultimates. I don't really know who's going to win this fight. It's going to be very close. Oh, and Udo wins it. Combined from bear stance and tiger stance. As Nocturne comes in, I don't think Nocturne really wants to get in this fight. Udo has a 3 level advantage and is deceptively hard to kill, even with a third of his health. As you can see, he's getting 50 health per auto attack here from his turtle stance.
Yeah, it's that Wriggle's Lantern plus the Doran's Blade that's given him so much sustain up in this lane. Obviously, if you pair it with the turtle stance, he has got all the sustain he needs, and Warwick just could not handle him then. Dragon has just popped up, Alistair's starting on it straight away. Nunu coming in, drops the vision ward, sees that there's nothing there, and now they team exGBT decide to go for this. Oh, looking like they're going to take this down pretty quickly. Galio is slightly coming to them down, but Absolute Legends really caught off guard there, and they will pick up the second dragon of the game completely unscathed. So an easy pickup there for team exGBT. Absolute Legends caught a little bit off guard there.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a tower and a dragon and a kill, all gained by Team exGBT in the last 2-3 minutes.
Yeah,
Udo
so
maybe comes against Galio if he really wants it. Udo has got the speed and the mobility, but they are going to be doing under tower, so Udo is playing it safe and going back to base. He's looking to buy maybe, what would you say, so Trinity Force, or I haven't really played solo top. He's got a phage.
On the Udo, I was going to say, yeah, he'll want that slowing item as well. Obviously, he does have bear stance for the stun, but if he's got a phage as well, people are going to find it very hard to get away from him. I'm sure he'll probably build that into a frozen mallet.
I don't know.
More than the Trinity Force.
He's got a sapphire crystal as well, so looking to buy a sheen as well. So maybe I think he could be doing a Trinity Force. We will see. As Misfortune does have a BF sword, and so Corky doesn't have BF sword. Corky is building a Trinity Force. A great item with Corky, especially with his ultimate. He can constantly pump it out and trigger the sheen. when he pumps out his ultimate. And if we look at the farms, Corki is 167 and Misfortune is 140. So Corki has a slight advantage as well as a 1 kill advantage on Misfortune. So good start from Corki. Corki's just farming. He knows what he has to do. Soroka now has a ward. So both teams now have wards. Oh, oracles. Sorry, is the word. Both teams now have oracles, and hopefully Soroka can counter this Nunu's very aggressive warding strategy. As blue buff spawns and Nocturne accidentally takes it. I think his wriggle's starting to prop there, and so Nocturne has blue instead of Galio. So that's a very unlucky move from Nocturne there.
It is going to be a little bit unlucky. Galio does have that Chalice of Harmony, so it's not going to be too huge, but I'm sure Galio would have preferred to have it a lot more. Obviously Warwick finding it pretty hard up in this top lane now. He did get a good push on there, but now he's got his minions so far forward that he can't afford to stay there, because it would be way too risky what with the Alistair coming through, and the fact that Udyr can beat him in fights quite comfortably.
So it's Alistair warming up. I don't think he's gonna bother too much with that ward. It's not too dangerous, and Udyr is just going to keep farming at the moment. Udyr is going to get more and more. Alistair is sort of out of position at the moment. Galio is jumping on. They're going to jump onto Cassiopeia. Galio gets knocked out of the way. He can't get his ultimate in. Warwick ultimates Cassiopeia, so therefore that allows Galio to use his ultimate. Cassiopeia downs very quickly. Alistair is forced to flash away and use his ultimate. Alistair will most likely die here. 4 of the Absolute Legends team is under the tower as Misfortune comes in from the side. Warwick and is going to try and tank this as much as possible, as Corki is going to try and pump as much as possible. Exhaust goes onto Nocturne. Nunu is going to get feared. He's being run in the right direction, but he's still going to die as Misfortune is going to go down to Warwick under the tower as Corki fires an ultimate and gets the big one off and blows him up.
That was an absolute excellent fight there for Absolute Legends. Udyr did not get involved in that fight at all. He's got all that health, all the damage as well, but he's just didn't manage to get involved in that fight quickly enough. Misfortune and Nunu came up really well, but then they bumped into Nocturne trying to escape, and they really couldn't get away in the end. Does look like Warwick is going to bump into Udyr, but Udyr very cleverly backs away. So great play there for Absolute Legends. Start pulling themselves back into this game for the 2nd time already, and looking very strong in the big team fights with that Galio ult. As Udyr flashes over the wall, does drop an ignite. It's a lot of damage onto Warwick, but Warwick is going to easily get away there, so not sure if that was a good use of both summoner abilities there. Warwick getting away quite comfortably in the end, and will just stand in his lane now and just regen all the health he
maybe
needs.
coming up against Nocturne at the moment. Galio is quite out of position. Nocturne did steal the exGBT's ultimate goes onto Corki. Corki is trying to run away as much as possible here. They're just trying to escape at the moment. Actually, what I was saying was Nocturne stole the team exGBT's red buff, and they were being caught out of position on the way back. As everyone survives between Absolute Legends, exGBT are slightly frustrated with the fact that their buff was stolen and it hasn't been reset yet. There's still 1 million there, so Alistair does need to get that minion. As Warwick is going to bump into Udyr again, 2 rivals here. If Warwick gets in a direct fight with him, he will lose, but he does have the rest of his team just round the corner if needed. And
this game really starting to shape up into a very even contest at the moment. exGBT have found themselves ever so slightly ahead twice now, but Absolute Legends have pulled themselves back twice and do find themselves only a little bit behind on the gold, so this is going all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, some good farms at the moment. A lot of wards from Team exGBT. They got 3 wards on the way to Baron, 1 ward at Dragon, 1 ward at bottom Tribush. That's 5 wards. Really well placed for Team exGBT as compared to Absolute Legends, which only have 1 ward, and that is guarding their own blue buff. Oh no, they have 2 wards in the enemy jungle, so that's 3 wards. Sorry, I apologise, but those are definite more wards from and more vision from Team exGBT than Team Absolute Legends. But saying that, their Soroka does have a clairvoyance, whereas Nunu does not. So it's kind of hard to say who has more vision, but more permanent vision definitely goes to Team exGBT. As Galio now is about to reach 300 magic resistance. He's on 293 at the moment, and as a result he has 198 ability power as well. So Galio is going to do a lot of damage now, and in contrast Cassiopeia will be doing very little to him.
Well, she's not going to be doing not a lot of damage. She's going to have a lot of sustain. She's got a fair bit of health. That Giant's about 3 Doran's rings as well. Has also got the Will of the Ancients with all that spell vamp, so she's going to be very sustainable in long team fights, especially if she's still got Golem at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting team fight. As was Dragon up there?
Dragon's not up yet, no.
No, I didn't think so. It looked like it was all of a sudden because we had 3 AL members backing away, but I didn't think it could have been up yet. But it does look like exGBT are spamming straight on top of this Dragon. They're going to try and pick this up instantly. do get it down to half health, just like that, and they are going to pick up the third dragon of the game. So Absolute Legends found themselves out of shape again. Nocturne coming in here, could find himself very out of position, taking a lot of damage. Misfortune turns around, drops her ult. Alistair puts his ult on, going to start absorbing all that damage. Warwick jumps straight in here, on top of Udyr. Now Nocturne decides to jump in on top of Cassiopeia. All of them trying to get away. Nunu doing an invisible ult inside the bush, trying to do a lot of damage. Absolute Legends did seem to know about it. Nocturne eventually doing a lot of damage. Nunu dropping in the end. Corki trying to take down Misfortune. She doesn't look like she is, but Corki just about managed to get the kill. Cassiopeia flashes over the wall. Is just about going to get away from Galio there. Warwick still doing a lot of damage. Udyr looking very dangerous, but he's getting kited around all over the place, and Warwick does eventually pick up the kill. Another great team fight there for Absolute Legends, picking up 3 kills for no deaths. So they have lost out on these 3 dragons, but they are picking up some really strong team fight wins here, and they will pick up this turret in the right lane.
That was very impressive. Galio wasn't able to get his ultimate off. They instantly disrupted him. They knew who they had. Team exGBT knew they had to stop Galio. But it's the fact that Corki is constantly pumping out damage, and so is Warwick and Nocturne as well, who's built quite tanky, but he still has 150 damage behind him. So they're playing they have quite tanky champions who do a lot of damage. So they've got to maybe not focus too much on Galio, Team exGBT, and maybe worry a bit more about Corki.
Yeah, but absolutely excellent stuff we've seen so far from Absolute Legends in the team fights. A little bit slow on some of the map awareness that they will need probably later on if they want to really pull ahead. But they are picking up the kills they need now and the turrets they need to keep up with all the dragons they've lost. As it looks like Cassiopeia and Nunu are going to push this middle turret down and pick it up quite comfortably. Soraka not really able to do anything. Saying that, Warwick flashes in over the wall, does drop an ult on Cassiopeia, and she will drop instantly there.
Brilliant
to
baiting.
the combined damage of Warwick and Corki. Brilliant damage there from both of them. Well played there from Soraka as well. Like you said, brilliant baiting.
Yeah, they were like, Soraka, I'm
and
Soraka.
that's another kill for Absolute Legends.
I don't do any damage. Don't run away from me. And then Warwick just ulted straight in. So, and the tower, as a result, is alive with 31 HP, and looks like Team Absolute Legends should be going should be going for Baron, as they're one of the main damage dealers for Team exGB is down, and looks like Udyr is aware of this. If we look at the vision for Team exGBT, they can see that they are going for Baron right now, and they really want to try and get in here. Alistair does have smite, so he's going to try and get in and maybe steal this one. As Corki is being attacked by Udyr, Galio, they're all healing straight off of Baron, and they're going to go straight back onto Alistair. Alistair the only one who has smite, so they do want to get him down, and they're going to focus Alistair down, even with his ultimate. As the fail flashes through the wall, and it is going to die down, as Soraka does die in the end. But
Soraka picked off almost instantly there by exGBT, but Misfortune not backing away quickly enough. Galio picking up an easy kill in the end, but yeah, Soraka was burst down very quickly there. The fight onto Alistair. Alistair was able to sustain for a very long time with his ulti on, taking all that reduced damage. But yeah, another good fight for Absolute Legends. They've lost their support, but obviously I'm sure they're not too worried about it. They've got all the damage they need to take this down. They've still got Galio with them with an ulti, so they've got all the protection they want as well. So they are going to pick up this Baron, and they're going to be completely uncontested as well, and they will pick it up. So that's a great pickup there from Absolute Legends, who suddenly find themselves just on the verge of getting to 40,000 gold and almost 4,000 ahead. So Absolute Legends ever so slowly starting to nudge their way into the lead in this game.
yeah, it was very important that they took down Alistair. Alistair had smite and is the only one there who could have effectively stolen Baron. It's always, you think it'd be quite unadvisable to focus Alistair, especially with his ultimate, but they knew that he was the only one that could stop them from getting Baron. So it was quite hard. It was a tough decision, but they managed to just get him down at the cost of Soraka, but they did keep all the damage dealers alive. So some quite advanced tactics there.
Yeah, definitely. If we look at Warwick, he is looking very strong at the moment. Has got a lot of resistances, obviously, with that 235 armor, 176 magic resist. Is going to be a very strong engage. We've seen Absolute Legends play Warwick as a very strong engaging character, allowing Galio to move into position and try and pick up as many other people with his ult as possible. And that combination of the Soraka silence, the Warwick suppression, the Galio taunt has been a very strong play for them all throughout this tournament.
Definitely.
As Alistair in a little bit of a funny position, Corki trying to get a shot off. Soraka does eventually hit the starfall there by Baron. but not too much going on at the moment. You would think Absolute Legends might do a little bit more with the Baron. They are going to push this top turret down and pick that up quite comfortably as Warwick picks up a kill on Misfortune.
Oh, sorry. That was a good top tower. So only one kill missed so far. Udyr has got his Trinity Force now, and he's going to be doing a lot of damage now. He's going to have a lot of defense and speed and attack speed. It's just a bit of everything is in the Trinity Force. Well, not everything, but a lot of good stuff is, and it looks like Absolute Legends, Nocturne and Corki are going to try and get top tower. They are going to switch to Udyr, just poke him a little bit. I don't think they really want to get too committed to this. The tower will hurt them a lot. They have no one who can really effectively. Udyr jumps in, Cassiopeia appears on the side as Corki goes down. Nocturne is going to say, right, I'm going to try and kill Udyr here. He does kill Udyr, but Cassiopeia picks up the kill on Nocturne.
Cassiopeia dealing 3 damage in that fight there. Obviously, Nocturne and Corki found themselves rather far forward all of a sudden. Galio picked up an inner turret.
Yeah, they were pushing at the bottom lane whilst all that was happening. The main damage leaders for Team exGBT are in top lane, so they were able to quite freely get that. As Warwick is being knocked around a bit, I don't think Warwick is going to die.
Looks like he could be in a lot of trouble here.
Is hot, but he does have the bloodlust from Alistair, so he does have the extra speed to get away from this, so he does get away. As, you know, Soraka's pushing mid, so they're all split pushing at the moment. Cassiopeia is going to try and kill Soraka here. She's very displeased with the situation, as
Soraka can find herself as a bait. Warwick jumps in there, ulti in onto Cassiopeia, doing a damage onto Soraka there, but she is going to find it. Galio flashing in, drops the ult, picks up Cassiopeia just like that. Now Misfortune finds herself in a really bad position. Soraka just about getting away there from the ulti from Misfortune as she drops just before anything happens. And Galio and Warwick picking up that middle turret just about in the end.
That was brilliant. I think that was... No, he didn't tell... No, Galio just came in from the side, yeah. So brilliant move there from Galio, coming here just at the right time to save the day. And I think they actually used Misfortune's ultimate there. Misfortune's ultimate was used in the very last second, so that will be on cooldown for quite a while. And it's like Absolute will be getting Dragon. I think this is one of their first Dragons of the game. They are up by around 8,000 gold at the moment, and up by 9 kills. So they are pushing very hard at the moment. They've already destroyed 1 inner turret, and there's an exposed pivot to Team exGBT. It's not an ultimate straight onto Nunu, and Nunu flashes out the way. Nocturne is taking a lot of damage from the tower here. He's going to try and back off. Udyr is going to try and maybe stun him. Alistair knocks him up, and they're going to try and focus down Nocturne here, whereas it all switches right back onto them as Galio and everyone jumps in here. Udyr is being focused. Udyr goes down instantly. Alistair gets away. Nunu's ultimate gets disrupted, and Warwick is going to try and do as much damage as possible. He's being shot in the tower, and I think Warwick will die here. Warwick does die. Ultimate comes off Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is going to maybe switch now to Corki. Corki is going to get away. Everyone flashes away as Everyone are trying to escape from this fight as much as possible. So Nocturne will die to Misfortune and Cassiopeia there. And looks like Soraka may be in a lot of trouble as well. She could just outrun if she's fast enough. Great slow from Galio, allowing Soraka to get out of that fight alive. Maybe Soraka could be tempting fate here, as here Summoner Hill comes up from Misfortune there to survive, as Galio and Corki try to be very cheeky there and pick up a kill on Misfortune. Galio is going to try his best to escape from this one. He does not want to try and die here, but he is fast. He does have magic resistance, but slow comes out from Nunu, and Misfortune picks up the 400 crit to finish him off. Wow.
Yeah, this untamed Misfortune doing a lot of damage at the moment. They really need to try and slow it down a little bit. Obviously, getting a really bad engage tower there from the Nocturne ulti. Nocturne being held under that turret by Nunu's almost perma-slow, it felt like, from his Ice Blast, and it would hold Nocturne under that turret. He took so much damage from the turret in the end that he did drop a little bit too quickly, and exGBT finding themselves in a strong position to fight back there and making the most of it, picking up 3 kills.
Yeah, Baron should be spoiling quite soon, within the next 1 or 2 minutes, I believe, and I think this could be the turning point for exGBT. If they're able to knock out Absolute Legends at Baron, or even steal Baron with Alistair, I believe they could turn this game around and push down mid and maybe even win the game. So all to play for, even though there is a quite big goal advantage for Team Absolute Legends and a tower advantage. As we saw in that last fight, they were they had their arses handed to them there. So they I couldn't think of a better word there. But so this confidence boost from exGBT here, big confidence boost.
Yeah, they picked up a bad engage in the end there, and it really did tell for them. Alistair has had an Oracle for a very long time, picking up all of the wards that Soraka is laying down. Soraka obviously also has got an Oracle, so both teams decided to get rid of all these wards. There's not that much vision on the map, and both teams pretty content, it seems, at the moment to just wait for this Baron to spawn, like he said, trying to be the first team to pick it up. as there could be a little bit of a fight going around Baron territory here before anything even goes on. Soroka picking up this ward nicely and reducing all of the vision that exGBT have got to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they have no ward. The only ward they have is next to Nocturne, and they need to try and get as many wards down as possible. Alistair has no wards. Nunu has a vision ward and a normal ward, sight ward, and he's going to try and get as many down as possible without compromising them. So there's a ward goes in that bush there, and Alistair's going to wipe up wards. So it's a battle of wards at the moment, a battle of vision. And both teams are very aware of it, as both teams are actually running out of wards very soon.
Yeah, very strong CV there from Soroka. Noticeably finding all of the exGBT team members there, and now Team Absolute Legends start to come flying in from the side. Warwick has picked up that Guardian Angel. I'm sure he has got no problems whatsoever in a strong engage if he starts off here with his suppression. And now Absolute Legends find themselves in a slightly better position on Baron here. Warwick starting on it. I don't know if that's going to be a very good idea or not.
No, he is essentially taunting the Baron here, who will be doing damage. His lifesteal will make up for it, but you know he's not. Actually, no, he can jump in at any point with his ultimate. And all Galio and Corky need to do is just push them back. As Team exGBT are probably going to be going to try to flash through the wall here, maybe do a massive attack here. But I don't know, Galio could use his ultimate. So there's a lot of scenarios going through exGBT's head right now. What can we do? What can we do? How can we stop this? And I think they're going to try and just force them to peel off a Baron.
They need to push themselves in. They need to force themselves in front of this Baron and find themselves in. But Team Absolute Legends all of it. Nocturne jumping in with a knock. Warwick jumping in on Cassiopeia as well. Galio flashing in, dropping his ult. Cassiopeia drops instantly. Misfortune taking a lot of damage. They really want to get her down next. They do pick her up next. It's going really well for Absolute Legends. Nunu have his ult on, but not doing enough damage. Nunu dropping in the end. Alistair going down as well. Only Udyr to go. Udyr is going to try and run away here. Corky jumping over the wall does see Udyr, and Udyr running away a lot. I had a massive stream of lag.
I had
there.
that. He was standing still, wasn't he, for a while?
Yeah, I had a big. I'm not streaming or anything, so that lag.
I think that was server lag. I had that as well.
Server lag. Absolute Legends pushing up mid. Did pick up 4 kills there, and the Barons, and now they find themselves well ahead in this game.
I think server lag happens when the game ends, so I think the game is actually over. I think Absolute is going to win within the next minute or two. So that server lag may be an indication that the game is about to end. As we can clearly see right in front of us, they are actually going to win the game anyway. So there you go, nice little tip for you. If you see server lag, the game is about to end.
Interesting thesis from you there. But yeah, picking up a very strong win there for Absolute Legends, picking up the first win of this best of 3, and I'm sure they're very happy to get that first win. Can breathe a sigh of relief now and just relax and play well in the second game.
Yeah.